main topic today. And our third main topic today is this. So there was this interview with Bob Iger, and there was lots talked about, and we'll probably have to talk more about this stuff later on down the road. But the one thing that, he talks a lot about Star Wars, there, all kinds of stuff that he talks about. But the one thing that I really wanted to address today is something that I've kind of been saying for a while. When I first jumped on this Marvel bandwagon thing, there was 2 movies a year. And I remember like a year or two after I had jumped on, they moved up to 3 movies a year. And when they moved up to 3 movies a year, I remember thinking, oh my God, yes, more. I can't wait till they do 4. And then
plus all the TV shows.
Right, and then they did. And then we had the TV shows, and now we're overloaded with this Marvel content. It's become a lot more about quantity than it has about quality, it seems. So what I wanted to read was this article here from the Hollywood Reporter, where Bob Iger talks about now wanting, to focus on quality and not volume. And I'm not going to read a ton into this article, but what I want to talk about and address specifically, and I want to propose as a question for us here in the studio, is this: is he's saying basically maybe back to 2 movies a year with Marvel. And, I think that means we still could keep, the TV content that we're getting, but theatrical wise, maybe only 2 movies a year. And the question is that the right move? Look, here's the thing. You as a business, things are way different than what we want as fans. As a business, if you have a product that is losing you money and is hemorrhaging your business, then you get rid of it and you stop doing it. It's just that plain and that simple. Even if the few people that you have left enjoying that product love it, it doesn't matter. You don't keep shoveling money into a fire pit for a few people that, just want to keep seeing you do it. Look, I think this is the best move. I think going back to 2 films a year and really being able to focus on those 2 films, easing up on Kevin Feige's workload. I mean, this is a guy that 4 or 5 years ago was disheveled every time we seen him because he had so much damn work going on and so much places to be and interviews and scripts to read and ideas to. It's just so much work. And to move to 4 films a year and to move to, also 5 series a year, it's just a lot. And I think getting back to 2 films is the answer. I really do. It could be an answer. I don't think it's the answer, but at least could be an answer, at least to the theatrical problems that we're having. I mean, I don't remember the last time, I guess Endgame or Spider-Man, which is actually a Sony film, No Way Home, is the last time I really, really had a good time with one of these films. So I don't know. They have to do something. And it's clear that Bob Iger knows that and is willing to address it, where Bob Chapek clearly was not. And he was all about business. So hopefully we see some sort of, happy medium here with Iger and Feige and all. We want to take a second to thank one of the sponsors of the show, VFly. VFly is a company backed by Google and Google Ads. They use a trusted system to put your YouTube content in front of the right eyes, gaining your videos more views, likes, comments, and subscribers. And this is no BS bot stuff or fake views like all those other sites are going to give you. This company is backed by Google and has delivered on billions of views to date. I've been using VFly now for a while, and I have just been stunned by the great results. Go visit VFly now with the link in the description, and thank you to VFly for being a sponsor of the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel. These things, and hopefully it works out. But Lucas, I want to ask you, the same question: is dialing back from the 4 or even sometimes 5 or 3, whatever movies per year, back down to the original format, just like in '08 with the Incredible Hulk and the Iron Man. 2 movies a year, is that the answer? Do you think this is a good idea?
Well, look, I was the same way as you. I was chomping at the bit, like, give me as many freaking Marvel movies a year as you want to, because we were coming off of the hype of, like, Endgame and Infinity War and Ragnarok. I mean, they had back-to-back, like, they're only, for a couple of years, they're only, like, bad ones, if you will, was, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second one. And that's not, I mean, that's saying a lot, that wasn't even that bad of a movie. And so, absolutely. If you ask me, is this the right answer? At least this is a right answer. I would much rather have quantity over quality. If I only get one Marvel movie a year, as long as, it's the best.
Quality over quantity.
What did I say? I said the other way around. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, if the quality of it is, garbage, I don't care how much garbage you're going to pummel out to me. And I'm not saying that, anything really other than maybe Hawkeye that Marvel's pumped out in Phase 4 and Phase 5 thus far has been, garbage. But maybe, it does seem like they've got a lot that they're trying to do at once. And I love that as a fan. I love that, they have all of these big plans for us, and, they want us to come along with them on whatever story they're telling. But, maybe if they weren't so worried about, the next one before they're even done with this one. And then especially when you add in the TV shows, like, I mean, Kevin Feige is a god, but he can only do so much. And from the sounds of it, I mean, everything, I'm just happy Bob Iger is back, to be honest, because Chapek, or whatever his name was, dude didn't care. I mean, he was all about the money. He was like, yep, pump it out. Let's do this. Let's, and I'm not, I don't want that, I want it to be the Marvel movies that I love, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe having 4 movies come out in a year has taken that special feeling away a little bit, especially when they're like B+ movies or whatever. C+. Right. I mean, it just sucks. And if we have to go down to 1 or 2 movies a year again, and we get a couple TV shows, that might prolong Phase 4, 5, and 6, or I guess 5 and 6, that is. And it might prolong how long until the next Avengers movie, but man, I don't care. Like, take your time, put the effort into it that each movie deserves, and don't just be pumping stuff out because of quantity numbers. Or whatever.
If they were also not making everything so connected, like right now, they could make an Avengers movie with a whole different team that, has nothing to do with this world at all. I mean, there should just be a lot more going on with the things that they do have that are successful. Again, the Avengers franchise makes $1 billion every movie that comes out, at least. So, like we talked about 2 years ago almost, this can't sit on a shelf for 5 years. It shouldn't.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Going. I was just going to say, maybe that's part of it, right? Maybe that, like, we as fans feel so bogged down by so much happening, and at the same time I love that, but also like, if you limit yourself to a certain amount of movies a year, that is going to force you then to, if you still want to move forward with where you're going, with the story and Phase 4 and 5 and 6 and all that, this just makes you slow down and focus on like what really is important. I mean, if you have 4 movies coming out a year, you can introduce whatever, do whatever, and that, I feel like, has had an effect on the audience in that, oh my God, there is so much coming out.
Right, yeah.
On top of, it not being the Marvel movies that we still love, and I think this is the right move. I'm just happy Bob Iger is back.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, you guys are seeing this. What are you guys' thoughts on what Iger said? What are you guys' thoughts on dialing back to 2 movies a year, maybe 3 at the most? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.